mushrooms, you know, everybody has their own sensibility in them, and through experimenting with each of the different compounds, you find basically what you have an affinity for. You know, mine is mushrooms, you know, and I think all of the other ones are great, and if you're in those spaces, you know, you have my full support. You know, they look at me as the high dose guy. I'm always talking about high dose. Well, actually, I'm just really talking about dosing, and they deemed it the high dose because Terrence McKenna said 5 grams was the heroic dose, and when I was talking about more than that, there was some pushbacks and and things like that on well, you're being extreme. Nobody should ever take more than 5 grams. But I'm of the persuasion that mushrooms, well, number one, you can't kill yourself with it. You can get killed on it. In other words, you can eat some mushrooms and maybe fall off the cliff if you're taking a bunch of mushrooms and sitting on the top of the mountain or something like that, and you're too close to the edge and you have navigational difficulties and slip off. But that's not the mushroom's fault. That's just, you weren't being responsible in where you were, because setting is still all part of it. You want to be in a good setting, and you want to have a good mindset. My whole thing, my place of choice for excursions is my bed. So if I fall, I'm gonna just fall from the bed to the floor. And I've done that without mushrooms, so that's my place of choice, And I've done mushrooms in many different venues and ways and stuff like that, different continents, with groups, without groups, with one person, I made love on mushrooms, all those different types of things. So, but when I do the real work of exploration, because my push and the way that I include myself into the psychedelic space is that the first and foremost purpose of the mushroom is the exploration of consciousness, to be able to explore your consciousness. Secondary matters are the psychological and the medicinal and others, which are purposeful and valid. But once you deal with your, whatever it is, post-traumatic stress disease or depression or whatever, then what with the entheogen? Then what with the mushrooms? What do you do from there? If you're going to continue to do it, you can only get undepressed once. Of course, if you can go back into depression. What I'm saying is that once you deal with your depression, your childhood trauma, what difficulties you had with your mother, what your father didn't do, and all these different type of things, and what's next. So mushrooms at medicinal doses can deal with those things, help you work your way through those particular things that you may have in your way that are stopping you from growing. And then, it's a wide open field. You're open to be able to utilize these compounds for the exploration of consciousness, to go where no one has gone before, to see those things that no one has ever saw before.